Jewish Home Party leader and Security Cabinet Minister Naftali Bennett addressed the Institute for National Security Studies conference in Tel Aviv today to discuss his new octopus doctrine that aims to cut the legs out from under the hardline Iranian regime. Well, joining me now in the studio to break this doctrine down is Dr. Danny Orbach, who is a military historian from the Department of Asian Studies at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for hosting me.
All right, so my first question to you is, you were at the conference this morning. What are the main points that you understood from the octopus doctrine?
The octopus doctrine is an ominous name, first
of all. It really is.
Definitely.
It really is.
The idea is as follows. When the next war will come, according to Bennett, we should hit the head of the octopus, which is Iran.
Right.
Iran, he says, is sending terrorist groups and funding for terrorist groups all over the region. But they know they are safe. They know nothing will happen to them. So why should they stop? So he says, no, we should hit the head of the octopus and not only the arms of the octopus. Right. That's the only way to deter the Iranians from starting another war.
So, I know that before he made the octopus doctrine kind of analogy, he also used an analogy about mosquitoes and draining the swamp, saying, the mosquitoes are the arms, the armies of Hezbollah and Hamas, etc., but we're not draining the swamp. So how exactly are we going to go about doing that? How are we attacking the octopus?
According to Bennett, you should do two main things, I would say, according to Bennett.
Sure.
First of all, hitting Lebanon. In a case of a northern war, Bennett would not distinguish any longer between the Lebanese state and Hezbollah.
You're saying that they're so intrinsically kind of molded together that you can't distinguish between the two of them anymore.
And you shouldn't distinguish because, according to Bennett's logic, only this kind of deterrence will prevent a second war, another war, and hitting Iran to deter the Iranian. No safety to no part of the octopus. That's the best way to sum it up.
So what do you think the effect of this will be on Iran? I mean, how are we going to go about doing this? Because it's easier said than done.
It's definitely easier said than done. I think the logic is understandable, and I explained Bennett's logic just now.
Sure.
But there are also problems. You cannot start a total war with Iran and expect your enemy to lead a limited war. Iran has military force as well. They have rockets. They don't use them against Israel now. They use proxies. If we hit the head of the octopus will hit us as well.
Well, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I understand that Bennett also brought up this idea of how the Iranian forces doesn't really have a taste for losing its own men, which is why it uses proxies. So if we were to engage Iran directly, on the field of battle, you could say, would that remove a taste for fighting Israel?
Maybe. There is such an option, but I would say that one of the biggest fallacies in military history generally is to take the most optimistic scenario and to assume that that will be the case. Maybe they won't lose their taste for battle. Maybe they will use their full force, and then, in such a case, the Israeli public may have to suffer unimaginable consequences. This is a very, very dangerous gamble, and this is a gamble on the lives of Israeli civilians. This is a highly dangerous game.
So short answer, do you think that the plan will work?
I think it's a gamble. I think it could work. I think it could be disastrous as well. I'm not sure I would take the chance.
All right, Dr. Danny Orbach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.